makes sense why synchronicities would happen, is because a synchronicity is technically like an effect without a cause, but that cause could be outside of this reality. And so the effect is within this one. It's like reaching in, and even, you know, some of the things that we experience that we think are, you know, like a thought, right? For instance, right? It's, if you're an avatar in this body, like you said, playing a video game, then those things make sense, because at that higher level, it's controlled. Like your free will at this level is an illusion. You don't have free
Right.
will at this level, but at some higher level, you do have free will, or whatever being
Exactly.
or consciousness is controlling you has free will. And maybe at a different higher level, they don't have free, you know, and so, and it could go on forever. And it's like, that's like the nature of consciousness. Like, we can't know the answer to these questions, but when you're confined to this one box of thinking that this reality is the only reality and it has to be this way, and then you can't see that bigger way, that all these things, they could still work in a logical sense, just maybe within an extra reality outside of this reality. And so there's always some way to like to make this come together, but so many people are so fixed in that mindset, and they never see those things and those connections. So
Yeah, no, that's exactly how I feel. So it's like, as the self, as how most people would think about me, the ego self, how you would think of Connor, right? Connor, I feel like, does not have any free will. I mean, he is just along for the ride. Things are just happening to him. But the true self, right? Connor, as the collective consciousness, as the universe, right? As quote unquote like God, the God self, the true self. He, or I should say us, because essentially this collective consciousness is everyone, right? And again, this is kind of woo-woo. This is, I totally understand if you guys aren't following me here, but on that level, I on that level am all powerful and am creating my experience exactly how I want to create it, right? And so, you know, I believe that everything throughout my life, whether it be positive or negative, I believe that it is happening for a reason, that I'm exactly where I want to be. I, at the higher level, right, want to
right.
be. The ego Connor doesn't want to be here right now, right? But I, at the higher level, want to be here, right? So
Yeah.
even at the darkest days of my like depression, or, you know, horrible like accidents happening, like I truly believe that everything is happening for a reason, to give me some profound experience of, you know, life, you know. And even if maybe I don't even realize the profound nature of what is happening to me in this life, but somehow eventually, somewhere in reality, like, it will have a purpose, it will make sense. And I think that's a great, and again, this isn't really, you know, it sounds like some sort of dogma or some sort of like theory of mine, but it's really something that I've experienced. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's hard to, from like a spiritual standpoint, it's really something that I've actually kind of experienced. And that's hard. Again, that's hard for people to believe. I'm not asking anyone to believe me, right? This is just to, hopefully people can be open-minded enough just for the seed to be implanted in their mind that this kind of stuff is actually possible. Just a 1% chance that this stuff could be possible, so they can go searching for themselves. Because everyone that goes searching, eventually they kind of start coming to the same realizations. You'll notice that someone who's on, and I'm not saying that any of these paths are better than others, but, you know, some sort of like Buddhist path or Taoist path, they'll end up having these same realizations,
Yeah.
right, of the nature of reality. So it's really, really interesting, and it kind of shows that there's something to be found. You know, there's a reason that all these traditions have been going on for so many years, because yeah, there's something to it. So yeah, again, it's just like open-mindedness, be open-minded, and your reality can get a lot cooler, for sure.